Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Cindy. This is my first ever YouTube video. It is a video response to Jeanne at HappilyEllaAfter, who is hosting a challenge called the Just Because Gorgeous Girls Challenge. Her challenge to us is to make ATCs and ICs. She requests that they tell about who we are on the cards, that we're just to sort of let loose and express ourselves with the cards. So I made this little folder with ATCs and ICs in them. I started with a sheet of watercolor paper. I used distress inks on a craft mat, smushed them together and smushed it over the watercolor paper, and then I added some dyed doilies. I had dyed a couple of doilies and glued them on, and then I finished the whole thing with golden gel medium matte, and then I cut them up into ATCs and ICs. I got 4 of each, and that's what I started out with. And then I decided I needed a little folder, I needed a cover, so I made another ATC to put on the cover. This one is very, very loosely representing my family. I'm the youngest of 6 girls. Basically, the fact that there's a wide age range and that they're all girls is how much they represent us. My oldest sister has a son the same age as I am, so if this were actually us, I would be a baby. My next oldest sister after me is 5 years older than I am, so and then there's some big gaps in between. Anyway, I made a little tag down here that says, "Me and my sister done brung you some ATCs and ICs." And this is a little piece of fabric tape that says happy birthday, because it's Jeanne's birthday in a couple of weeks, and actually I think on the day of the deadline for the challenge is her birthday. So open it up, 2 pockets, ICs here, ATCs here, and I'll just get right into it. This one I just used a couple of stamps. It says, "Be still and know that I am with you." It's not quite quote the scripture, which would obviously say, "Be still and know that I am God." And so that's from a stamp set by American Crafts from their Faith line. This stamp, the scroll, is from a stamp set I got from China on eBay, and I just thought the two of them went together really well for what I wanted to say, which is that my faith is very important to me. So I just stopped there. I didn't go any further, even though it's pretty simple, but I just thought I didn't need to do any more to that one. This one I did quite a bit more. This one's about my family. Obviously, my family is very important to me. This one says, "Family, an anchor during rough times." And I lettered the quote down here, this is a Tim Holtz sticker, and then I did this one on a little bit of cardstock and inked it up with, I think, antique linen, maybe old paper, I don't remember which now. Put a couple pieces of yellow cardstock here. They were actually circles that I punched out and layered them up and fitted them into the doily. Just to brighten it up. It was awfully dark with the dark purpley part of this cardstock. And this is a Fiskars stamp, a little border stamp set that I've had for a million years. And this stamp is from Mimi Made It. It's an anchor that I stamped and fussy cut out. Hers actually has a word across here, which I think is faith, but I don't remember. It doesn't matter because I cut it off and colored it in solid because I just like the size of the anchor for this stamp, or for this ATC. So that's that one. Family is very important. Like I said, we're very close. All of us still live in the same small area, except for a couple of nieces and nephews who have moved away. But we're in touch with them quite often. So, yeah, we remain close, and that's a gift our parents gave us, and we treasure it. So then the next one says, "Friends are like flowers, they brighten your day." This stamp actually came from the same as the parchment scroll kind of thing. I stamped it on green cardstock and on red cardstock. Then I fussy cut them out and fitted them together onto the stamp that I had done on the background. I lettered this on white cardstock and just dressed it up a little bit with some pink ink just to get some more color going. There's a little bit of the doily you can see in the background. And finished the whole thing with more of the gel medium. And this is another part, you can really see the doily on this one, excuse me. And it's just a cute little, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And I did this in hand lettering because the Tim Holtz stickers didn't have all those other words. I stamped, this is another stamp from that same stamp set from China. Stamped it on glitter paper and on red cardstock as well as on here. Fussy cut the pieces out, fitted them together. I used gold stickles for the flame, and my faith, as I've said, is extremely important to me, so that's what that card talks about. This one is another major importance in my life. Stamp set by close to my heart, and the quote says, "Death by chocolate seems like the way to go." I used Memento dark cocoa ink and fussy cut the images out, popped these pieces up on foam dots, and then put glossy accents to make the chocolate appear glistening, except not on the cookies because cookies don't shine like that. Made a little plate from cardstock, layered it all up together, and finished it with, well, not the glossy accent pieces, but everything else is finished with more of the gel medium. So there's that one. This one, Sing Unto the Lord a New Song, speaks again to my faith, but really more to my love of music. I like all kinds of music. Yeah, so this is just a piece of glitter paper, a little scrap. Punch this out with a Stampin' Up! Stamp. Stamp from that same stamp set, if you can believe it. Some washi tape, a little bit of that doily, and there you go. This next one is from a stamp set by the Paper House, I think. I'm not positive now. It's a crafting stamp set. And it says, "I craft, therefore I am, from one craftaholic to another," which I thought was very appropriate from me to Jeanne. The stamp set has, a little ruler, a glue, a craft knife, a little envelope, a little booklet here, and I just put a little piece of paper from some blue 12 paper that I really liked. This is a napkin that I decoupaged on, and then the whole thing is covered over with some fibers that I had. It's actually a real loosely woven gauze, and I just stretched it over into the matte medium when I put that on. So that's what that is. This one actually says a cup of. I just stamped it on the front of there from my little footy thing. And this last one is a birthday greeting for Jeanne. The beauty of nature never grows old. I just love this little stamp. This is another stamp set from China. Pretty little tree, little girl sitting on a bench. And then this says, "Wishing you a happy birthday," little flowers. I just thought this looked sunsetty here, so that's what was sort of the inspiration for digging out that stamp set. And so those are my ATCs and ICs. I'll have the information about Jeanne's channel, where you can find the challenge, links below. I'll actually link that video. And I thank you very much for joining me, and hope you'll join me again.